And now on to the main event of the weekend. Seahawks traveling to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Hopefully it'll at least be a good game. The NFL needs it. They've had a very bad primetime schedule so far this year. Most of the games have been terrible, so hopefully it's at least a good game to watch. NFL needs it. Game itself, this is going to be really interesting because, this team, this Arizona team, I don't really know what to expect from the matchup. Like last week against Atlanta, I didn't know if we were going to win or lose, but I had a pretty good idea of what we could expect from the Atlanta Falcons in terms of the matchups and what they would do well, what they would do badly. This week, I don't totally know what Arizona is because they started out poorly. They lost a couple games they should have won. They lost to Buffalo. They lost to New England with Garoppolo. Yeah, Garoppolo. And then they beat two bad teams. They beat up on the Jets and the Niners. And who knows what they are. They could still be that really good team from last year. They could be somewhere in the middle. It's tough to know yet. And at this point, it looks like their passing attack is going to be a little limited from what you would expect to see from Arizona from week to week. So it's tough to know what we're getting from this Arizona team. I mean, they have statistically a good defense, but they definitely have problems that some teams have been able to exploit really well. Offensively, obviously, they have a lot of talent, but they're missing a couple pieces. So who knows what we're going to see from the Cardinals this weekend. So what I can say is that, first off, Jaron Brown might play, might not, questionable. John Brown, I don't think he's going to play. He didn't practice all week. Carson Palmer, he gutted out practice this week. I think he's going to play, but it's not a guarantee, and it's not a guarantee how long he'll be able to go if he does play. That is a non-trivial chunk of their passing game. That is their starting quarterback and two of their reserve wide receivers. So that's a big deal for a team that really likes to pass the ball. We have our own problems with regard to injuries. Rawls is out. We knew that. Luke Wilson is out, but we all kind of knew that after what we saw last week. Cam Chancellor is out, which sucks. I mean, we all see how this defense, it's just not the same without Cam back there. He's a flawed player. He makes mistakes. He cannot physically do some of the things that you would like your strong safety to do. But that's the best we got, and his ability to help the secondary and defense communicate is hugely valuable. We've seen it over and over. When Cam Chancellor is out, the secondary has a hard time communicating. It nearly killed us last week, and we don't need it to be killing us this week against a really good passing attack in Arizona. Even if it's limited, that's something that could hurt in this game, so that hurts. And Quentin Jefferson, one of the reserve defensive tackles, is out. KPL, third linebacker off the bench, is out. And that's, KPL being out, it's not great. I know he doesn't play that many plays in a game, hopefully like 20, 25, but he's out there. He's doing stuff. And against an Arizona team that is running the ball really well this year, I'd like to have my linebackers. But the good news, Russell Wilson ready to go, of course. Jimmy Graham ready to go. That was a huge scare in the middle of the week. CJ Prosise, he's back and he's ready for action. Frank Clark back and ready for action. Michael Bennett, he's going to be fine. Everybody was terrified after what happened last week to Michael Bennett, but he's going to be fine. He's ready to go. That's not terrible. So, what does this all tell us? Well, like I said, Arizona's passing attack going to be a little limited, but our pass defense might not be 100% of what it should be either. So there are definitely big things on this injury report that should affect this game significantly. So what do I expect? All right, so starting on defense, the Arizona Cardinals have a really good running attack. They've got David Johnson. They've got a good run-blocking offensive line. They're running the ball great this year. David Johnson's having one of the best seasons of any running back in the league. We've got the best rushing defense in football. We got great linebackers in Bobby Wagner and KJ Wright. We've got great defensive linemen, great against the run. We've been great stopping the run all season except for garbage time against the 49ers. Other than that, it's been phenomenal by this defense. against the run. Strength on strength. Even though Arizona likes to pass the ball a lot, running the ball so far this year has been the best thing that they've done. Strength on strength. Our best against their best. Not having Cam Chancellor and Quentin Jefferson and Kevin Pierre-Louis sucks a little bit, but if we can find a way to win the matchup, our run defense against their rushing attack, I think we'll probably end up winning this game. So that's going to be a really interesting matchup to watch. If we come out there and we're giving up 5, 6, 7 yards a run, it's going to be bad. I don't think we can win the game if that's the way things are going. So the players who are playing have got to step up big time. Offensively, we got to find a way to run the ball. I know it's the old NFL cliche, and this doesn't exist anymore, that good teams stop the run and run the ball, but we very seriously need to find a way to run the ball more productively, because Christine Michael, he's doing the best he can. I think Christine Michael has been doing great, replacing the injured Thomas Rawls, taking most of the workload, doing the best he can. I think he's done his job, but, be it via play calling or run blocking, we got to find a way to be more productive, because the last couple weeks we have not been productive. We've been adequate. We've been good enough to win the game, but we're talking about 3.5 yards a carry from a play-to-play basis. There's no dependency there, and there aren't very many big plays from the running game either. Somebody just makes a mistake. The rookie, Jermaine Ifedi, he just makes a mistake in run blocking and the play's over. Bradley Sowell makes a mistake in run blocking and the play's over. We gotta figure that out. So we need to see something, because this Arizona defense is pretty good. They're pretty good against the run. They're not one of the best teams in the league against the run, but they're pretty good. And we got to find a way to start doing something there, because I don't think this team can go to where we want to go if we can't get together some kind of rushing attack. So, other than that, Arizona's defense, they're good, but they have holes. Cornerback depth is a huge problem for them. They have Patrick Peterson, who's great, but behind that, they're very thin. The guys who they've been playing behind Patrick Peterson this year, not been doing very well. If you can find a way to attack those guys, I think that'll work out well for you. Jimmy Graham, I think this is a game where he could be big as well. Those Arizona linebackers, don't love them in coverage, although, they do have Honey Badger. He's pretty good in that kind of role. So I would say that we just got to find a way to run the ball, because especially with Wilson still not at 100%, and he's not, you can't just ask him to drop back 40, 50 times a game and expect good things to happen. He's doing everything he can. We got to get some kind of rushing attack going, because despite him doing the best that he can, sometimes the best that he can do right now includes making mistakes, missing throws, and we got to find a way to run the ball well to make up for it. So, don't really know what to expect. I know we can win. I probably expect to win. I mean, I expect this team to win every game at this point, because that's how well they play from week to week. Looking for Richard Sherman to redeem himself a bit, because he did not play his best football last week, but it's going to be tough, and I need to see a couple things from this team to make me feel good about the future, because this team over the last several years has run the ball very well, and so far this year we just haven't been doing it. All right, guys. I'll see you after the game tomorrow, probably. Maybe I won't make my video till Monday. I don't know, but it's a big one. You beat Arizona, you can really start putting the division in your rearview mirror, because St. Louis is doing what St. Louis does, and you get a game up on Arizona, and you get 2.5 games up on them. You got to feel good. All right, catch you later.